Hello. What do the people of Asia find beautiful? In this video, I'm going to focus on 4 things, in no particular order. For someone who's never travelled to India or met that many Indians, they may have the impression that most Indians look like this. But this is an Indian. This is an Indian. This is an Indian. And this is an Indian. For the country though, Justin Trudeau is the ideal, and there are a number of reasons for that. It's curious that most people in this brown nation would want to be light-skinned. It'd be like if most people in the Maasai nation wanted to be jockeys. So where did this obsession come from? It doesn't seem to be there in the early days of India's history. Most of the beloved gods were dark-skinned. The word Krishna is a Sanskrit word meaning black. In the beloved epic of India, the main story of India, the Mahabharata, one of the main characters, Draupadi, is described as having black and beautiful skin. So people at that time seemed quite comfortable with dark skin. In case you might be thinking that the British brought this attitude to India, the problem actually began in 2000 NC. As cities formed, some people were able to move indoors and get out of working in the fields. So light skin then became associated with wealth and status. There was no Indus Valley farmer wants a wife, and so the profession lacked cachet. Later, 800 years of foreign rule from increasingly pale invaders helped cement the idea that light skin equals power and status. Arab invaders and later Persian-speaking Mughals took control of India. Persian became the language of government, and Persian books, musical styles, fashion, wrestling, headlocks, suplexes, all the main elements of culture were adopted by the Indian elite. If Kate Moss had existed in that era, she would have been telling you to get the Tehran look. The British then came and solidified the idea that the light-skinned were born to rule. To give you the mood of the time, here are some quotes from the most enlightened and educated Europeans of the period. Can you imagine what people have said when they weren't in front of their transcriber? The English army also favoured light-skinned Indians, hiring them to work as junior soldiers and helping to cement the prestige of light skin on the subcontinent. The attitude is still going strong, with Indians spending $500 million a year on harmful skin whitening creams. 20% of those buyers are men. 1/3 of the respondents in a recent survey admitted to applying bleach to their face once a week. That's more than the recommended amount for a floor. Let's focus now on North Korean beauty standards. The North Korean regime believes that Western culture has become decadent, and they want to avoid an economy where everyone has their own personal cheetah. The government has strict controls on the type of haircuts that are acceptable to ensure the population stays in touch with its working class roots. A 2004 report on Korean Central Television said that hair length can affect intelligence because it channels nutrients away from the rest of the body. Imagine what Einstein would have come up with if he had a buzz cut. In South Korea, the manly, rugged look was big in the 80s and 90s, but men are now rocking makeup and a softer look. It's known as Konminam and combines the word for flower with a beautiful man. South Koreans are known for their attention to style and beauty. They spend more on facial surgery than the boxing industry. One of the classic examples of this look is Song Joong-ki, star of the very popular Korean drama Descendants of the Sun. He may have been a Konminam in his appearance, but as a special forces soldier in the army, he was also tough, even though it looks like his last main victory was against clogged pores. When we talk about Asia, we often talk about K-pop and Bollywood and karate, but the region's indigenous communities have their own culture and ideals, completely separate from all of that mainstream Asian stuff. In the Mentawai people of Indonesia, when a girl reaches puberty, she has her teeth sharpened with a rock and chisel and filed down into points. It makes one more beautiful and reduces chewing time. In India, the moustache is seen as a sign of virility and strength, which is why they didn't take the British threat seriously. The British realised this, and in 1854, every European in the British Indian Army was forced to grow a moustache, no matter how naff. Moustaches were rocked by the Indian warrior class, the Rajputs. Just as an American might shave their head to look more like a Marine, an Indian grows a stache to look more like their warriors. Rajputs would often fight while on cannabis, and that was before Nate Diaz made it a thing. While the trend has worn off in the north, it's still popular in the south of India. There's much more beauty in Asia, and we'll cover that in future videos. But in the meantime, as indigenous cultures assert themselves, and as the rest of Asia recovers its confidence in its own ideals, the echoes of Churchill and Kipling will fade, and we'll probably see a pointier, stachier, darker version of Asian beauty in the future. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out more about Asia, especially some of the little known parts that aren't often discussed in the tourist brochures, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week.